God, this feels like one of my old voiceovers, besties. This feels like an old voiceover. Hey besties, it's Nat, back again with another video, and today I am joining you all from the last beach that I have left to decorate on my New England themed town core island of Nautilus. Now, if you're watching this video, then that means that Nautilus is done, okay? The tour has been filmed and posted, the DA address has been published, you can go check that out. I'll have it linked in the description and in the card, but you should not go check that out because you should stay here and watch this video instead. Is that video probably much better than this video is going to be? Yes. Do I have a convincing reason to ask you to stay here and watch this video instead? No. Except actually maybe I do have a convincing reason. I actually have a series on this channel called Beach Decorating 101 where I sort of take you through the process of decorating all of my beaches, you know, what objects I use, the custom designs that I use, all that sort of stuff to make my beaches look nice. I know not everyone loves decorating their beaches in this game, and I totally get why. It's a weird space to decorate and you don't always know what to do, but I'm here to help you with that. So today we are going to get rid of all this mess on this beach, which is currently being used as flower storage, and we're going to transform it into a cute little spot where you can hang out with your villagers and your friends and take pictures and have a good time. We're also going to work on the vertical part of my beach, which is next to my house, and we're going to destroy a bridge and replace it with a different bridge. That doesn't have anything to do with decorating my beaches. I just have to do it before I post my dream address. So we're going to take care of all of that. So if you want to hang out and chill with me while I do that, then feel free to get comfortable. Maybe grab your Nintendo Switch, actually. I've been challenging people in my videos recently to play Animal Crossing while they watch them, because I know a lot of people haven't picked up the game in a long time, and I encourage you to try and do something, whether it's talk to a villager or buy something from the Nook store, or I don't know, just do something in your game while you watch this. I challenge you to do that and let me know in the comments what you did. But besides that, you can grab yourself a snack, grab yourself something to drink, and we'll get right into it. Hello again, besties. It's voiceover Nat coming to you from several days in the future. I do not remember what I said in the intro, I'm gonna be honest. It was probably something important, or like something about my island tour, which you should all watch. I come back several days later and I'm still plugging it, but I feel like I have a right to do that because that really did take me 3.5 years to do. But in the meantime, right now, we are inviting my friend Shinji over from my second island, Tokyo 3, which you're gonna ignore the fact that I spelled Tokyo 3 wrong without the hyphen. It's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life, so we're gonna ignore it. Anyways, I invited Shinji over from my second island to come steal the flowers off of my beach. Say hi to Shinji. He's a very nice boy, but he's very sensitive, so be nice to him. But yes, I am doing an Evangelion themed island as my second island. For those of you who have not seen the show Evangelion or any of the movies, you don't really need to understand anything that's going on in the show to understand the island. It's gonna be like a post-apocalyptic city, and Shinji here is helping me out a lot right now because, as you can see, my beach is a mess. This whole thing where I'm buying the lamp, by the way, that'll come into play a little later, so just hold on to that. I do remember that from what editing me was doing a couple days ago. Also, sorry if this voiceover is very fast. I don't know, I've had a long day, besties. We're gonna get into it. But Shinji is helping me out. We're having a little bit of a symbiotic relationship right now because my beach is a hot mess. You probably saw that in the intro, that's for sure. And Shinji's island, as of before I recorded this, when I recorded this part of the video that you're watching, not the audio, was not at 3 stars, and I needed it to be at 3 stars so that I could, you know, build on it. And I mean, what's a better way to get to 3 stars than stealing several, probably over 100 hybrid flowers off of my beach? So Shinji got a little out of it, I got a little out of it, and I didn't have to throw the flowers away, which would have sucked because then I wouldn't be able to give them away to all of you. I am planning on doing a little bit of a flower giveaway on my Discord. I don't have a schedule for it yet, so like I don't know when it's gonna happen, but at some point I am gonna give away a lot of these hybrids that I wasn't using now that Shinji has 3 stars. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be on my Discord, which is linked in the description. I probably talked about that in the intro. I don't know. Once again, I really do not remember what she was talking about, and part of me doesn't care. I'm a different woman now. It's been several days. I've been changed by a lot of things. First of all, I saw Barbie, and that changed me in a lot of ways. I honestly, part of me wanted to walk back into the theater and watch it again right after the first time, but I had stuff that I have to do that's less fun. Oh, and now we're destroying the bridge. Speaking of things less fun, this bridge has been on my island for a long time. It's one of the few remaining structures from like my original island tour. Now we're talking to Genji, and he was wearing this he was wearing this crop top. He was talking about he was telling me to drink water, and you should also drink water. But anyways, God, this feels like one of my old voiceovers, besties. This feels like an old voiceover. But I have to destroy this bridge because I wanted you to be able to like see the bridge arcing over the river, and since the bridge was like concave and going down, you couldn't see it. So that was why I did that, and that's also why I showed you all of that of me destroying the bridge, which did make me very sad. That's true. That was really actually amazing timing. See, when I told you that I don't remember what editing me was doing like several days ago when I edited this all together, that's what I meant. Anyways, back to my rambling. This really is a classic voiceover, besties. But a Barbie, very important. Loved it. Very fabulous. That movie has a lot of beach in it, so I feel like it's really appropriate to talk about in this video. I'm not going to give spoilers or anything, but fabulous film. I too feel like I am a professional at beach, not to brag or anything, but hopefully, you know what? Maybe you watching this video will prove that I am a professional at beach. So Ken and I, we do have a lot in common in that way. Fabulous film. Really hope that all of the talented people who made the film have a successful strike action and can negotiate a contract that helps them get paid for their fabulous work. But regardless, I had a fun time. I wore my, speaking of Evangelion, I wore my Evangelion shirt that I got the other day during my absolute odyssey at the mall, which I'll get into in a second. God, I've been through so much. You have no idea. I feel like I've been through like a war since I last spoke to you in the intro. I really meant it when I said she's a different person. But I wore my Evangelion shirt. The first person to compliment me on that shirt was the guy at the ticket counter at the movie theater, because of course it was. But the second person to compliment me on my Eva shirt was the girl at the cash register at the supermarket right after I saw the movie, because I was at the supermarket and the girl was like, "Hey, I like your Eva shirt." And I was like, "Oh, thank you. I wore it to go see Barbie." And she immediately understood my vision. She was like, "Oh, that totally makes sense. Like that, I get that." And I felt so seen in that moment, because unfortunately, besties, I did not have anything pink to wear to Barbie. I felt kind of left out at the screening because everyone else was wearing pink, but I don't own a lot of pink clothes because I don't think I look very good in pink, even though I have so much respect for it and I own so many other pink things. Pink clothes are not amongst those things. So I didn't have anything pink to wear. So I was like, okay, Evangelion, existential crisis, Barbie. It made perfect sense to me, and it also made perfect sense to that girl at the supermarket, and she got it, and I felt so seen. I'm supposed to be explaining what I'm doing in this beach build, okay? We took the flowers. Okay, let me talk about the beach build for a second, then we'll get back to my odyssey that I went on at the mall. I hope this is entertaining. And I hope for new time viewers, this isn't too frightening. I'm sure it's a little bit frightening, but maybe in an intriguing way. I feel like that's the vibe that I'm giving off right now. But anyways, the beach. I'm a beach professional. I just said that. I need to really stand by that. So what we're doing here is we're taking the flowers from the flower field and we're extending them onto the beach, because I wanted that visual of the flowers cascading down the beach, because I thought it would be very beautiful and slayful, and I was right about that. And then I'm also using a lot of light wood accents. I took all of the wooden stakes sticking out of the ground and I recolored them from brown to like the light wood color, because I feel like it looks like driftwood. I've done that on a lot of my other beaches. Now we are stealing some flowers from the back of my island, just doing a little cleaning. I needed to do this before I posted the dream address, so I thought I would show it in this video. You know, just cleaning my stuff up, okay? Your island doesn't have to be perfect to post a dream address, okay? Some people, you know, you hide your mess, and this was a case where I felt like my mess was not hidden enough, so I had to do something about it, and it felt good. It felt nice to just like clean up this little area that didn't bother me for a long time. You know what? I actually have a fun story about something that I noticed about my dream address after I posted it. So if you're watching this around the time that it goes up and I haven't like updated or changed my dream address at all, there is one mistake on Nautilus that I forgot to fix before I uploaded it, and that is in the gyroid forest. So secretly in my gyroid forest, I have hidden all of the fruit trees on my island. I still want to have fruit trees for playability purposes, but I don't like the way that they look on my island because they don't really match my theme really well. So I hide them, and then I shook all the fruits off of them before posting my dream address so that y'all couldn't see that they were fruit trees. And of course I tried to pick up all of the fruits before posting the dream address so they weren't just littering the ground, but I missed one of them, and there is an orange hiding in the gyroid forest waiting for you right now, besties. So, you know, if your villager gets hungry while you're exploring the island, there you go. But that just goes to show, you know, not even my gorgeous and stunning dream God, no. I'm serious when I say this. Like, please do not stress about your island being perfect. This island literally took me 3 years to finish. That is an insanely long amount of time, and now we're visiting an island that's not finished at all, actually. And there's oranges there. Look at that. I genuinely did not remember the order in which I edited this. That is not a joke. But we're just visiting Shinji to drop off a couple more hybrids that I left out. But yeah, I'm genuine, like, seriously, a lot of the islands that you see on Instagram, on Pinterest or whatever, they're not done. They have areas that look like the way that my beach looked at the beginning of this video, and there's no shame in that, because if you're posting a picture of the coolest part of your island, then of course there's going to be other areas that don't look as cool or are messier or have junk or the houses aren't finished. And if you have one really cool part of your island that you're really proud of, first of all, that's way more than most of the people who ever downloaded this game, because this game has so many this game has been bought by 40 million people, so don't worry about your island being subpar statistically. But more importantly, like, if you have one cool part of your island that you really love and you think is really photogenic, then that part is great, and you should share it, and you should be proud of it. I think you should be proud of it, and I am proud of it. I'm proud of you. So there's your little motivational speech for the day. You're welcome. I do mean that, though. I am being the corny mom friend right now, and I do that often, just like how I ramble often. This is an example of that. Marshall, we're gonna talk to Marshall in a minute. I remember Marshall coming over here, and also Maddie coming over here, and me talking to them, and I don't remember which of those I kept in the video in the edit. We're gonna find out in a second. Right now I'm making a little campfire area. I really wanted to have like a big bonfire on my island, and it just ended up not working out, but I did get to have another campfire and have this little like thumb can piano thing, which was one of the first items I ever got in this game, and I just wanted to have it on my beach, like, really badly. I don't know why, I just did. It just makes me happy. I don't know, it's fun to like come play it. See, now I'm talking about Animal Crossing, and I forgot what I was rambling about before. We're gonna talk to Marshall. Oh, okay, I don't remember what he said, and surely it's not important. Oh, there's my spoiled turnips. Hot tip, if you want to have like a cute little line of ants on like your, I don't know, your playground build or whatever, get a spoiled turnip. Just buy turnips, buy a stack of 10. It's the least you can buy from Daisy May at once, and then let them spoil, let them go a week and not sell them, and then you can use them to attract ants, both to catch them, to sell, to give to Blathers as a donation, or to use as decoration. So there's a hot tip for you. That actually featured in my island tour because I accidentally scared them away during the tour, and I was very embarrassed. I was going to tell y'all the story about my mall odyssey, so I guess I'll tell that now. Basically what happened was I was crossing the street, and a car honked in my vicinity, which was very rude, even if they weren't honking at me, like, leave me alone. And it surprised me, and I dropped my phone. And it didn't have a case on it because I haven't had a case on my phone in several months, and I haven't dropped it, so I had no reason to believe that I needed to have a case on it because I was being very responsible and not breaking it. But I did get a small crack / scratch on one of the back camera lenses, and I was like, oh, I need to get this fixed because I'm going to see Beyonce soon, and I need my phone camera to be right, especially the back camera. So I make an appointment with Tim Apple at his little store, and I head over there pretty early in the day, and they break the news to me. They're like, all right, this repair is not going to be that expensive, but it is going to take 4 hours. Now, the first dread that came to me in that moment was, oh, I'm gonna have to spend 4 hours at the mall. Now, I did prepare for that. I did bring a book with me. My friend lent me this really distressing manga about these lesbians, and one of them is in a horrible relationship with a man, and the other one is like, I should ask her to run away with me. And I just got to the part where they ran away with each other. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is, I was prepared to sit in a cafe and read my distressing lesbian manga while I waited for my phone to get fixed, but that's not what happened, because right as the appointment was ending and I was about to go leave, the guy was like, oh, you need your ID to pick up the phone, and I didn't have that on me, so I had to go all the way back to my house. So I ended up reading the book on the train to and fro, which once again, you know, is that what people did in the olden times before phones? We'll never know. God, sometimes I say things in these videos where I'm like, this is making me sound old, and other times I say things where I'm like, oh, this makes me sound like a baby. So vote now below, old or baby. Anyways, back to the mall story. Oh, by the way, I'm placing seaweed on my beach. Hot tip. Another hot tip. Back to Animal Crossing for 2 seconds. Another hot tip. Put sea creatures on your beach. You can put seaweed. You can put little fish in like jars. It's like you caught the fish. You can also put Horseshoe crabs, I didn't have any horseshoe crabs when I was building this, but if I did, I would have put them. I have them on some of my other beaches too. I think they're really cute. And here I'm gonna catch a fish and then throw it back because I'm pretty sure, yep, it's a sucker fish, of course. Anyways, back to my mall odyssey though. So after going home all the way back to my house and then back to the mall again, I ended up not sitting in a cafe and reading. I ended up going around to stores that I haven't been to in literal years. So I wandered into Forever 21. As I mentioned previously, besties, I am going to see Beyonce and I feel very blessed to be able to do that. But I didn't have an outfit. So I was like, you know, normally I would prefer to like go to the thrift store and poke around. But since I'm at the mall, we'll see what's going on in the Forever 21 sale section. You know, I haven't seen her in a hot minute. Maybe there's something cool happening in here. I don't know. Probably not, but you know, worth it to take a chance. So I did end up finding something to wear to the Beyonce concert, and I think it's very cute. It's like a little denim vest with like studs all over it, and I have a way that I'm gonna style it, and I think it's gonna be very slayful. But that was really cheap. That was like maybe 10 doulas. And then I was poking around in the men's t-shirt section because they always have better t-shirts, which is really rude actually. But I was poking around over there and I found this Ava t-shirt and I was like, oh, I kind of have to get that. And then I found out that it was $7 and I was like, oh, okay. So I have to get that. So I got the Ava t-shirt, and the lady who checked me out at the checkout, she liked the shirt as well. So that's actually 3 compliments at this point, though the other 2 compliments hadn't happened yet chronologically. But either way, you would think after finding 2 good things at the Forever 21 sale section, who would have thought, I would feel better about being trapped in the mall, but I didn't. It did still suck, and I was there for several more hours after that. But I did eventually go back to the Apple store to pick up my phone, and lo and behold, they did not fix my phone because they quote unquote found water damage. I don't know how the phone got water damaged. Suspicious to me personally, because the only other time that I've cracked my phone, I immediately got it fixed just like I did this time. And the phone normally is supposed to be waterproof, so I don't know what happened there, but they didn't fix my phone, and they also didn't replace the battery, so my phone battery was dead. So I had to sit in the Apple store, which is even worse than the purgatory of the mall in general, because it's loud and the chairs don't have backs and you sort of have to sit there awkwardly. But I did make friends with 2 old guys who were getting their phones fixed. We talked for a long time and that was really pleasant. But then finally I was freed from the purgatory of the mall. Cut to a few days later, I go see the Barbie movie. I'm wearing my Ava shirt out in the town. I look fabulous. The people love it. But then I have to return to the purgatory of the mall to go to an eye doctor's appointment because I am nearsighted and my vision has gotten slightly worse since the last time I had glasses. Normally this doesn't affect me a lot because I'm usually just looking at the computer. But as I mentioned before, I'm going to see Beyonce soon, and I would actually like to see Beyonce from where I'm sitting. So I need to get my glasses fixed. So I go get my new prescription, then I go to the eyeglasses store and I pick out new glasses. I think they look pretty cute. Y'all will see those very soon, the premiere of my new glasses, which I know you're all waiting for with bated breath. But as I was leaving the glasses store, that's when I got my 3rd compliment on my shirt. There was a guy standing outside the glasses store and he was like canvassing with a petition. And it just so happens that this is a petition that I've actually been meaning to sign. I've been looking for people carrying it around, and this is the first time I've seen someone carrying it. So I'm like, yeah, absolutely, please give that to me. And he's like, oh my God, I am so relieved that you were the first person to sign this petition in literally hours. The only other signature he had gotten the entire day was from someone else wearing an Evangelion shirt, which is why he approached me, because he was like, oh, you're wearing an Ava shirt, that other guy was wearing an Ava shirt, so you must be chill and cool and want to sign this petition. I was like, oh, hell yeah, absolutely. But what's sad is that the other person wearing the Ava shirt, he complimented his shirt, and the guy was like, I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm having a horrible day. Brief trigger warning for like 2 seconds for like pet stuff, but the guy's dog had passed away. Which is not funny. I'm not laughing at that, obviously, but I'm laughing at the fact that this man told me that that's the reason that the guy did not want to talk about Evangelion to him, because he was having a bad day. And I can relate to that feeling, definitely, absolutely. So yeah, I got that petition signed, and I got another compliment on my shirt, and it's only been a couple days since I've gotten the shirt. I've only worn it out twice now, and the people love it, so we're gonna keep wearing it. I'm gonna have to wear it in some videos as I post updates of the new island, which I'm very excited to get started working on. I have so many ideas for speed builds. I feel like I talked about that in the initial video where I introduced the island, but I honestly can't remember. Similarly to how I cannot remember what I said in the intro to this video. So you just have to trust me on that. I have a lot of amazing ideas for that island, and I'm so excited to share them with you. I'm so hyped about having like a fresh start and something new to work on after all these years, even though I love Nautilus, and obviously I'm not deleting it. Like, it's my my day one island that I am so attached to. But at the same time, you know, I want to try something new. I want to stretch my creative muscles a little bit, you know? But yeah, that's what's been up with me. That's my story time for all of you about what I've been up to this week. How's your week going? Did you get compliments on your Evangelion shirt? Let me know in the comments. I know I said this earlier, but this really does feel like a classic voiceover from me. Just like random stream of consciousness, like absolutely nothing to do with the build. Right now, actually working on my side beach next to my house, which is like a fishing area because I love to fish, and I also just wanted to have something next to my house. And I mean, it makes sense. Like I have a boat out there. I don't, besties, listen. This see me rambling. That is my bread and butter. Okay, we can admit it. I do think I am pretty good at explaining what I'm doing in Animal Crossing, and I do really love when I get comments that are like, I was super inspired by you. Genuinely, one of my mottos on this channel is I love to steal, and in the exact same way that I get so inspired by other creators and love to like shout out other creators and like, oh, this amazing build, and it inspired me to do this build on my island. When I get that from you about me, that is like my absolute greatest joy. And I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for letting me know when you get inspired by my island. It really means a lot to me. All that being said, though, let's admit it, like I said before, my bread and butter is just saying nonsense, and I hope that you enjoyed this video for that. I really intended for this video to be like super nostalgic and like looking back on Nautilus as an island, as an experience, and then I ended up rambling, but I think that is more true to this channel than anything else, besties, if you think about it. Like if you really sit with it. One thing I will say is you may have noticed that one of those fences is painted a different color because I was feeling quirky and different, and I wanted to have like oh, I'm painting the fence. Like there's the paint bucket. I did not keep that. You probably saw that in the Dreamador store that I didn't keep that because I'm a coward. Oh, we're outside of Nook's Cranny. That is a perfect time to, and oh, I saw Genji. Why did I show that? I don't know what editing me was thinking about, but there's Genji. Oh, I time traveled and we built the bridge. This is when we build the new bridge. I time traveled to September, which is where my dream address is time-wise, because I love the September grass or the weeds or whatever. I'm not alone in that. A lot of girlies love it, and they're right because it's gorgeous. But we time traveled to September, and then we're gonna build the new bridge, and it's gonna be like a beautiful send-off for me finishing my island. It's gonna be very emotional, and everyone's gonna cry. But to get back on topic, right? I will say a couple of words about Nautilus. I mentioned earlier how I bought that lamp at the store, and that was an item that I was going to use in the bestie guest room, which you probably saw if you saw my island tour. No, spoiler alert for my island tour, the last room in my house is a guest room for all of you, the besties, because I wanted to have like a little surprise for all of you when you came to visit my DA, and that is a room in my house for you to stay in when you visit my island. Now, I actually recorded that decorating process as a speed build similarly to this video. And okay, hear me out for a second, besties. I know some of y'all are gonna try to leave during this part, and that is valid, but I promise it'll be worth your time and it'll also be really fast. I've been thinking for a long time about doing channel memberships, which are basically like Patreon built into YouTube. So you would pay like $1 a month or $2 a month if you really love the channel, and you would get extra stuff. So like extra videos or extra live streams. I really wanted to do it for a long time, but one of the reasons that I haven't is because I really wanted to offer emotes, like custom New Horizons channel emotes that you could use during live streams or in comments on videos. And I haven't been able to get that together, but I've recently been thinking about like other things that I could offer you that would be worth your $1 a month subscription. And one of those things, of course, is extra videos. So for example, I could take the bestie guest room speed build, which is obviously a build meant for y'all, for the besties, and let you do like a Q&A where you ask me questions or something and have that be the voiceover for the video, or have extra live streams where I play games that I wouldn't normally play on my live streams. I've been thinking about, okay, this is gonna be embarrassing, but I've been thinking specifically about streaming games that would cause me to swear on stream. Now, I don't swear in my videos for a variety of reasons, but make no mistake, that absolutely does not reflect on my real life language patterns whatsoever. It's honestly sometimes really difficult not to curse, especially on live streams. And there are certain games, like maybe like Mario Kart or Zelda, where I would be more inclined to accidentally curse while playing them. So I thought maybe it would be fun to have live streams where we play those games, but restricted to channel members only. So there's not like a VOD up publicly of me cursing like a sailor on the internet. Um, but also we could stream stuff like Scriblio and other games that we could play co-op together. I don't know. The ideas are rattling around in my brain. I had so much fun doing the 15 hours of Happy Home Paradise and like y'all controlling my builds. That was an incredible time, and y'all were so supportive of me, and I want to be able to provide more stuff like that, if that makes sense, but like less time sensitive. I don't know if any of that made sense, besties, but it's been rattling around my head for a while, and I've been talking about it on stream recently, so I thought I would talk about it in a video, and y'all can let me know if that's something that you're genuinely interested in, because I really like to do something like that. I think it'd be a lot of fun. But we're actually coming to almost the end of this video. So y'all who were not into that conversation at all, which I totally understand, y'all can come back now. You can check back in, because we're about to end this last speed build of Nautilus, which sounds crazy to say, but it is real and it is true. For now, who knows, maybe I'll go crazy and change something on my island soon, but for now, we're switching to a new island. And we just built this bridge, and I think it looks fabulous. You can actually see it from the bottom bridge that we're going to see at the end of the video, and we're at the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Wow, editing me from the past. She knew what she was doing. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If this is your first speed build of Nautilus, if this is your 100th, I don't know how many speed builds I've done, besties, I'm going to be honest. But thank you for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to leave a like. It really helps me out. If you really like this video, you can leave a comment down below letting me know. You can also subscribe and hit the bell and hit all notifications to be notified every time that I post or go live. I'm probably going to do a villager hunt for my new island, Tokyo 3, at some point this week, so be on the lookout for that. If you somehow have not seen my island tour, feel free to check that out. It'll be in the description. It'll be in the card. I think that it turned out pretty fantastic. And I really hope you enjoy touring Nautilus now that it's completed. This feels so surreal. It felt surreal when I was doing the last outro, and it feels surreal doing this outro too. But the next time that I see you doing Animal Crossing will probably be on Tokyo 3. But for now, I bid you farewell, and I will see you all very soon. Bye, besties! Say hi to Shinji. He's a very nice boy, but he's very sensitive, so be nice to him.